this one's for you. You know, every actor has this thing that, you know, एक दिन मुझे ऐसा dream debut मिलेगा, ऐसा debut मिलेगा. Working with Mr. Majidi in your first film, how was it for you? And what was that ideal dream debut for you guys? Like, क्या सोच के रखा था?
नमस्कार, आदाब, हेलो एवरीवन. सबसे पहले तो मैं आप सबका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा कि आप आए और आपने हमारी फ़िल्म की एक छोटी सी झलक देखी और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप सबको पसंद आई होगी. To answer your question, of course, everybody has, every aspiring actor would have an ideal picture in his mind of how he would want to begin his journey. But I think this is as close to ideal as it would be for me, because it's as an actor, it's extremely important to begin with somebody who will set the foundation for you and your craft. And I think for me the biggest learning experience was to observe him on set and really meditate on what he would tell us and make us perform like. So it's been very special in that sense.
All right, Malavika, the same question for you.
Hello, everybody. Is this working? It
Yes,
is.
it
Now
is.
it is. I didn't. Speaking of an ideal debut,
Yeah.
I wanted my film. I wanted to basically really work with somebody whose work I believe in. You know, somebody's work that resonates with me on a personal level. And I've grown up watching a lot of Majidi sir's films, Children of Heaven, Song of Sparrows, and it really. I loved the films. It's as simple as that. I loved his work. And, you know, when I got the chance to work with him, it was more than a dream. It was like everything just fell perfectly into place,
Right.
you know. So it was more than what I could ask for, more than what I could imagine, you know, as cliche as it may sound. But it was perfect. So, yeah.
And the trailer looks perfect. It looks
Thank you so
fabulous. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you. I know you have a lot of questions that you want to be answered by this amazing cast and crew over here.
Check.
من
Hi,
قبل از که
Sorry, I'm
Ishaan?
so sorry. Yeah.
من قبل از که برای کسی صحبت بکنم میخوام که به هر حال تیم زیادی بودن که با همکاری داشتن، من جمله کاول که مجری طرح بود، میخوام خواهش کنم که کاول بیاد روی صحنه.
Also, we had a great team, but I cannot actually to see if all of them they are here. But I forgot to ask Kaval also to come on stage.
Hi, Ishaan. Welcome to.
مانسی please. Set designer مانسی.
Welcome, Mansi. Yeah, please.
So, ईशान 70 mm पे स्वागत है. ये कई जगह फिल्म दिखाई भी गई है तो लोगों ने तारीफ भी की है. आपने फिल्म साइन करने से पहले किसकी सलाह ली थी कि मुझे ये फिल्म करनी चाहिए?
ज़ाहिर है कि मैं अपनी मॉम के साथ रहता हूँ और ज़्यादातर वक्त उनके साथ ही गुजारता हूँ, तो उनसे ही सबसे पहले सलाह ली होगी. और एब्सोल्युटली द फर्स्ट पर्सन आफ्टर दैट आई वुड गो टू वुड बी माई ब्रदर. एंड yeah, it was I felt very strongly about the film. जैसे कि आप जानते हैं, मैं इसके बाद भी एक फिल्म कर रहा हूँ करण जौहर साहब के साथ, और at that time we were in talks about starting that film as my first film, and so I had a word with him as well, and I told him that I feel very strongly about this and I'd like to do this film, and he was very gracious about it. And he let me go ahead and do this film and follow it up with his production. So I think these were the first 3 people that I spoke to about this. Yeah.
And कोई particular tip दी थी शाहिद साहब ने आपको कि ये करना और ये नहीं करना? क्योंकि बाकी चीज़ें तो आपने वर्कशॉप ली है, डांस की सारी प्रैक्टिस बचपन से हुई है. कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज़ शूट से पहले?
जी नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. सिर्फ उन्होंने इतना कहा था कि अपनी दिल की सुनो और just work honestly and work hard. That's it.
Thank you, Ishaan.
Hello. Hi, sir. Here. I have a question for Mr. Majidi. I know you spoke about this, but is there something particular why you chose India to be your first film in an foreign nation? Why is there something particular that drove you or you connected with in India?
البته من این رو خیلی جای مختلف گفتم، نمیخواستم دیگه تکراری باشه، ولی من سینمای هند رو با سینمای هند رو اساساً و سینمای هند رو با سینمای ساتیاجیت رای شناختم و همیشه خیلی علاقمند شدم از سینما ساتیاجیت رای اصلا به هند و نوع نگاه ساتیاجیت رای خیلی خیلی برای ارزش من بود و همیشه دوست داشتم در سرزمین جیترای در واقع کار بکنم، به خاطر اینکه به شدت یکی از کسایی هستم که سینمای جیترای رو در واقع ستایش میکنم. این شاید یکی از بزرگترین عامل محرکای اصلی بود.
I have mentioned several times to this fact, so I didn't intend to repeat again, but I should say that I learned a lot, and also I know India based on actually the remarkable Indian director Sajid Rai, and so it was always my dream to make a film actually in his land. And so his viewpoint is very valuable to me, the style, and so I love whatever he has done and his work. It was one of the main reasons, as a kind of motivation to happen once to make a film in his land.
हाय ईशान, रवि फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज़। जैसा कि आपने बताया कि आपको फिल्म के बारे में बहुत स्ट्रांगली फील हुआ कि आपको ये फिल्म करनी चाहिए, करण जौहर से भी आपने सलाह ली, किसी पॉइंट पे आपको ऐसा नहीं लगा कि ये बहुत ऑफ बीट चॉइस है? क्योंकि बॉलीवुड में जब लोग डेब्यू करते हैं तो एक बहुत मेन स्ट्रीम उसमें करना चाहते हैं, फिल्म में करना चाहते हैं, तो आपको कहीं कहीं ये थॉट लिंगर हो रहा था कि बहुत ऑफ बीट चॉइस है? कुछ कुछ बताएंगे इसके बारे में, क्या थॉट प्रोसेस था? और ऑडिशनिंग का प्रोसेस भी बताएंगे, किस तरह से आपको फिल्म मिली, क्या हो?
जी नहीं, बिल्कुल ये ख्याल नहीं आया कि ये ऑफ बीट थॉट है। उम्मीद है कि आप फिल्म आके देखेंगे और ये बहुत ही खूबसूरत कहानी है और मुझे ये लगा कि लोगों को ज़रूर समझ आएगी और पसंद आएगी। तो ऐसा बिल्कुल ख्याल नहीं आया। ऑडिशनिंग के बारे में मैं ज़रूर आपको बता सकता हूँ। ही हैज़ अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोसेस। उन्होंने हमें कुछ शूट करने के लिए भेज दिया था। हनी सर के असिस्टेंट्स थे हमारे साथ और हम 4-5 थे और हमें वेरियस जगहों पे भेजा गया फ़ोन्स के साथ और हमें ये बताया गया था कि आपको फुटेज इकट्ठा करनी है और छोटा सा ब्रीफ दिया था कि इस तरह के सीन्स हैं और हमने एक छोटा सा प्रोजेक्ट ही समझ लीजिए बना के इनको दिखाया एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट ही चोज मी इन दिस फिल्म।
अगर ईशान एक मैं सवाल करूं कि आगे अगर फ्यूचर के बारे में बात करें, किस तरह के सिनेमा में आप बिलीव करते हैं, किस तरह का सिनेमा आप करना चाहेंगे, किस एक्टर पे आप खुद को मॉडल करना चाहेंगे अगर हिंदी सिनेमा की बात करें तो, और कौन कौन आपके फेवरेट है, कौन कौन से एक्टर्स?
मेरे फेवरेट एक्टर्स तो कई सारे हैं। आई थिंक सिनेमा के बारे में यही ख़ास बात है कि हर कोई कभी कभार बहुत ही स्पेशल कुछ पेश करता है। तो मुझे मेरी फेवरेट फिल्में कई सारी हैं। मैं सबका नाम तो नहीं ले पाऊँगा क्योंकि बहुत ही लंबी लिस्ट है, लेकिन इस तरह का सिनेमा करना चाहूँगा मैं जिसकी कहानी पावरफुल हो और जिसमें एक मैसेज हो और बस अच्छी फिल्में करना चाहूँगा, बस सिंपल सी बात है सर।
Hi, this question is for Mr. Rahman. Hi, sir. This is Priyanka from Indian Express. So, when you collaborate with foreign filmmakers, foreign directors, is there a different kind of pressure which you have? Because people here already know your work; they know what to expect of Rahman. But when you work with someone outside the country, is there something which bothers you, or you go prepared? Tell me about that.
No, I love doing that. My first experience was with Deepa Mehta. I went to Canada, then I worked with Heping in China. And so I'm used to this with the translator because the language of cinema, as you know, is universal. and I always want something else to, influence me or take me away from the monotony. When you keep doing the same thing, it's monotonous. So always look forward for something which is exciting and which would make me push me myself into fire. This is one fire actually.
Mr. Majidi, Justin here from PTI here. I wanted to ask you, your films back in Iran have almost always metaphorically commented on the social, political issues that the country faces, which I believe would be difficult to do so if not for a filmmaker. In this world, in this age of majoritarian politics ruling and the hate wave rising, how important do you think is it for artists to stand up and speak against the establishment?
برای من همیشه تحت هر عنوانی چه تو مسائل اجتماعی چه سیاسی همیشه به هر حال انسان برای من مهمه و اون ارزش‌های در واقع انسانی فرقی نمی‌کنه که انسان در کجا این کره خاکی زندگی میکنه. همیشه سعی کردم که در واقع به آدم‌ها نزدیک بشم، به انسان نزدیک بشم و ارزش‌های در واقع تجلی اون ارزش‌های انسانی رو در واقع زنده بکنم.
So with regard to the social and even political issues, first actually I always pay attention and highlight to be a kind of human beings and also respect the human values. So it's important to, in any place that you work, just to focus first on these values.
چون به هر حال می‌بینید که همینجوری ممکنه به هر حال توی یه بستر اجتماعی حتی سیاسی هم اتفاق بیفته، قصه‌ای و داستانی، ولی اون چیزی که مهمه خود انسانه و پرداختن به مسائل درونی انسان.
It may happen actually that when you make a film, so even with a social subject, even you face a kind of political issues as well, but I still believe that the person actually and the human being and that values, which actually we focus on that and so make it the story, it's very important on that subject.
و اینم بدونیم که به هر حال سینما مثل سایر در واقع رسانه‌های دیگه نیست، ژورنالیست نیست، مثل روزنامه یا چیزای دیگه. ممکنه که یه چیزی که امروز تو سیاست خوبه ولی فردا ممکنه اون چیز کهنه بشه، یا خبر امروز ممکنه خبر فردا دیگه کهنه، خبر دیروز برای خبر امروز دیگه کهنه است. سینمایی در واقع ماندگانی که به هر حال به انسان نزدیکه و به ارزش‌های انسانی و به مسائل در واقع انسانی میپردازه. این سینما خب همیشه در واقع ماندگاره.
Also cinema actually is completely different from newspapers, from the other way of media, because maybe it happened that when you make a film and highlight a social subject to be a kind of political issue, but the next day would be different and so not so important. So this is the reason that I emphasize to focus on the human values. Parallel to the subject, it's important. So this kind of films always can be previewed and so can communicate with the audience.
مثلا فیلم بچه آسمان که 20 سال از ساختش میگذره، هنوز که هنوز نسل‌های جدیدتری که میان باهاش ارتباط برقرار میکنن. همین چند وقت پیش توی پرواز داخلی یه دختر بچه 8 ساله‌ای رو دیدم که این خب 12 سال از در واقع میشه گفتش که بچه آسمان کوچیک‌تره، یعنی ولی میگفتش که من عاشق بچه آسمانم، تا حالا این فیلمو 3 بار دیدم.
As an example, I want to mention to Children of Heaven. I made it 20 years ago, but still this title can communicate even with the young generation. It happened recently in a flight. I actually met a 8 years old girl actually, and so it was so young, but actually he said, actually, I love this film. I have seen it 3 times. It is the matter of communication.
Also, one last thing, was there ever a temptation, was there a temptation in your mind that way? Question to Mr. Majidi, yeah.
خب البته من در فیلمام بازیگر حرفه‌ای هم استفاده کردم و ولی بیشتر علاقه‌مند بودم که به خاطر اینکه قصه ها خیلی واقعی‌تر جلوه کنه با بازیگرای غیر حرفه‌ای کار کنم.
Of course, actually, as you know, I have also worked with professional actors in some of my films. But because of this subject and also because of the storyline, it happened to actually happen to find more actually new faces.
ولی از اونجایی که برها خب به خصوص در هند صنعت سینما و بازیگر خیلی خیلی تعیین کننده است. خب دوست داشتم که برای این اتفاق میافتاد ولی خواستم که اتفاق به شکل درستی باشه ولی خب نشد. ولی ممکنه در فیلم‌های بعدی بخوام کار کنم در هند قطعا از این ظرفیت بالیوود برای سینمای بالیوود قطعا استفاده خواهم کرد، منتها به شرط که سر جاش درست قرار بگیره ولی فقط نه به خاطر اسمش. معتقدم که باید برای اون نقش در واقع کامل باشه.
I know that in Indian cinema industry it's important to have famous faces, and also I would love to do that, but it's important for me even in the future, maybe this possibility to have these faces, but we should put this in the real character. It's important to have a kind of real and also important relation between the character and also between the person who is going to play, and it may happen in the future.
Hi, Shaheen, to your right, here in the white kurta. Hi. Congratulations. The trailer looks very, very gripping. Thank you very much for doing this. But if I had to ask you a question, how did you manage to convince this magician to come to India? Because ये collaboration बहुत difficult है और सारे crew members हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं, ये अपनी language में है, तो I'm sure this must have been a big challenge for all the actors as well. आपने ये सोचा क्यों और how did you make it possible और कितने साल से आप ये सोच रहे हैं?
We actually, like he said, like for 6-7 years we've been in touch, and my partner and Kishore and me got this idea that you know we of course watched Children of Heaven. That was like our starting point, and we said why not you know have him here in India to make an Indian film, and that's when we contacted him, and then obviously he made us wait. He didn't just say yes immediately. But he saw how you know interested we were, and we were like chasing him non-stop, and finally he agreed to do it. Yes, language, like we said, cinema has no language. It's actually, which is very true, because I think we just understand each other, and the entire team will tell you that it's a very comfortable working association. Like by now, what he's saying doesn't need to be translated. Half the things are just understood.
Hi, my question is to Mr. Rahman. Center. Hi. Is there a test process that you have before you release your music and song? And secondly, is there any particular song or album which you felt would do really well and didn't, or vice versa?
The test process between the creative people, director, and
Or the audience, select audience?
No, we don't do all that. From the beginning, I think it has to be. I have to like it first, and then I'll give it to the director, and he has to like it, and then because is putting in all his energy. Yes, we want every music to be, you know, popular and to be received well, but sometimes it takes time. But the sincerity is always noticed. So I don't care if people don't, you know, receive it in the beginning. And sometimes, you know, after 6 months they say, "Oh, this is a great album." I was thinking, yeah, I know.
Any
It takes time.
Any particular album which you felt was received late the way you wanted?
Many albums. But story of my life.
Thank you.
We'll just take one last question, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Malvika and Ishaan, many congratulations. Malvika, looking gorgeous. प्यारे लग रहे हो आप.
It's working, yes.
नहीं वो मालविका अच्छी लग रही है. Malvika,
You're looking gorgeous.
how was it taking this role? And probably many major actresses were also probably on the line to get this role.
Yeah, I've been told they were, but I wasn't aware of much when Hani sir, we all owe him this one, when Hani sir called me to his office, and you know, it was the first time I'd met Hani sir, and I sat down, and the first thing he tells me is, it's a Majid Majidi film, and I just stared at him blankly because I didn't know how to Drama queen. I don't know how to. I mean, I don't know what was happening, you know, and things happened really quickly, and I got the film, and the shoot also started pretty quick, so I didn't have much time to really think about what was happening with other people or much until after the film got over. I wasn't aware of much. No, I knew, but not a lot, not the details, but. Yeah, I mean, I think I was just focused on what was required out of me, and I was just happy to have gotten the chance.
Ishaan, looking smart.
He said it.
Thanks, man.
Compliment भी देना पड़ता है.
Took you a while.
Ishaan, more competition for Shahid at home also?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
More competition for Shahid at home?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
In what sense?
With you are coming in the film industry?
But if I'm coming in films, why would that be competition at home?
Competition, matlab, like with Shahid, matlab, like he will be having more people to.
No, man. He's almost like like a teacher. He's a very paternal figure in my life. I've learned so much by watching him. I can't possibly consider myself competition to him. And in fact, I would say we're a team.
Mr. Majidi, how do you see the cinema industry in India? What's your thoughts? The film being made in India?
What about them? I mean, I see it the way you see it in theaters. Oh, sorry. You should probably mention that that's addressed to.
Mr. Majidi, what are your thoughts for the Indian film industry, the films being made here?
خب یه سر قضاوت خیلی سختیه برای اینکه به هر حال خب من همه فیلم‌های هند رو که ندیدم ولی به هر حال برآیندی که هست مثل همه جای دنیا به هر حال فیلم‌های خوب داره فیلم‌های متوسط فیلم‌های بد متوسط خوب داره به هر حال مثل همه جای در واقع دنیا ولی اون چیزی که خیلی مهمه اینه که سینمای هند به نظر من به جهت تکنیکی رشد خیلی خیلی خوبی کرده که برای من خیلی سورپرایز بزرگی بود که دیدم سینمای تو بخشای تکنیک به خصوص تو بخشای ویژوال افکت سی جی آی خیلی خیلی رشد قوت به لحاظ تکنیکی و این به نظر من به هر حال خیلی ارزشمنده.
It's difficult to make any kind of judgment or evaluation because I do not have the chance to see all the Indian films. And so, however, we can categorize like all around the world in all the countries, the films into different categories. Those who are very well received by the audience, best one, or those in a actually different categories. But the most important thing for me, which surprised me very well, it was the improvement and development of Indian cinema on the technical side as well, as an example for visual effect. So it's very remarkable, and so it's a very considerable process which has happened to Indian cinema.
یا تو بخشای دیگه مثلا ست دیزاینر که خب مانسی هم اینجاست واقعا شگفت زده شدم از کاری که مانسی میکرد و ستایی که برای من آماده میکرد منو شوکه میکرد توی تایم خیلی خوب و اون چیزی که میخواستم رو در واقع اجرا میکرد برای من خیلی هیجان انگیز بود که این تجربه با تیم خیلی عالی بود.
Or in the other fields that has set designing, whatever Mansi did, it was a matter of surprise, very quickly get the feeling and so to understand what I expect and so organize it very quickly. I want to say the technical points is very, very important, as I can say, as one of the development Indian cinema.
I think I've been really, really lucky and blessed. My journey continues. Thank you so much for the love.
On that note, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. زوردار تالیاں. Sorry.
یه چیزی که خیلی حیفم میاد در مورد رحمان نگم دوست دارم بگم این رو به عنوان تجربه خیلی خوب.
I should just mention to one point about Rahman.
که اینم به عنوان به هر حال یکی از رازهای موفقیت رحمانی که میخوام بگم.
it's one of the, I believe, because one of the secrets of the success of Rahman.
خب من با آهنگسازای زیادی کار کردم
I have worked with many composers,
ولی ویژگی رحمان اینه که در اینه که به هر حال سوپر استاره ولی انگاری که اولین موسیقیه که داره میسازه برای یه فیلم، یعنی به عنوان حسش اینه که اصلا اینجوری نیست که وقتی میسازه آدم خیلی معمولیه موسیقی رو میسازه و وقتی که میگه خوب نیست میگه اوکی به راحتی میذارتش کنار.
however, he is very well known and actually well experienced, very professional, and so. But at the same time, when he wants to work, so he act in a way that it is for the first time that it's going to work, and pay attention to all the details, and whatever your expectation is.
مثلا در مورد پروژه پیامبرم همینجور بود. در کشورهای مختلف که به هر حال میرفتیم برای ضبط و یا کار، رحمان کار میکردم می آورد و میگفتم که کل اینا اصلا خوب نیست، به راحتی میذاش کنار، نه اینکه حتی ناراحت بشه یا چیز بشه. اصلا خیلی و برای من خیلی خیلی حس خوبی بود و من مثل آدمی که طمع میکردم بهتر و بهتر میخواستم.
So during the project of Muhammad, so it happened to travel to different countries, and so it happened sometimes he work and so present whatever he has done to me and say, I said, Rahman, it's not my taste or actually not the favorite rhythm which I expected. Very easily he could accept and very in a humble way accept this at that point. And so this made me to have more expectation from him to have a better conclusion.
و تا اون چیزی که مورد درخواست من نبود اتفاق نمیافتاد تعطیلم، یعنی ما گفتش که اگه 10 بارم این موسیقی رو کار میکردم نمیپسندم دوباره کار میکرد و این به نظرم که رمزای موفقیت هنرمنده و رحمان. ممنونم.
And even for 10 times maybe I asked, and so in a very humble way he accepted till to meet my expectations. So he is superstar, but at the same time very humble. It's one of the secrets of Rahman's success. Thanks.
Thank you for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a quick photo op, of course, with the cast and the crew.